one stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.
Hey guys, International Stacker here, and I just want to do a video on why I stack. I recently had an exchange with a member of the community, who by the way I still love, and it wasn't like a negative exchange, but obviously we have different opinions about stacking and strategies and this and that. And I think a lot of assumptions were made about how I stack in my videos and that I don't have a plan and this and that. So, I've covered this in previous videos, but I know I have a lot more subscribers now. I mean, I've got something like 170 videos, so I know a lot of you have probably not seen that. So I just want to make a video for you guys on why I stack, which is my opinion, because we have a world full of people with opinions. So let me get into that for you. And I just got some silver here on the side. I'm actually in Saudi Arabia, and this is silver I picked up at the Grand Rapids video and the DC LCS. I had to bring it to Saudi with me, so I'll bring this back home next time I'm there, but I'll just play around with that a little bit while I talk. And especially for all the new stackers out there, I hope you like this. I think it's going to be really good. So first off, I've got my Trump slippers on from when I stayed in the Trump International Hotel. So let me go through this. Why, guys, do I stack? The thing I want to tell you here is it's my opinion. We all have opinions. So the main reasons I stack: monetary security and hedge against inflation. That is 100% the reason I stack. Now, what are the subs of that? 1, retirement. So unless something happens, you guys, I plan to stack into retirement. And if I need this for retirement, I'll convert it at that point into fiat and live off of it. If I don't need it for retirement and I've done everything correctly and I've acquired more wealth, then my plan is to make it a inheritance for my future kids. Yes, I'm not married yet, I don't have kids, but I'm already planning for that. Next, you guys, when you stack for monetary security and hedge against inflation, you're automatically protected for SHTF and monetary collapse. Do I think this could happen? I think it possibly could happen. You guys, I work in emergency management. I work in disasters, okay? So my mind is always here as well. So although this is my primary goal, it protects me for this, it protects me for that. And you guys, there's a lot of, discussion out there and opinions that you should never stack for an investment, which I agree, that shouldn't be your primary reason. But there's a large community of people that think silver will go up significantly in price, that it will correct, that it's been manipulated and it will moonshot. Some people call it moonshot. Some people just think it'll correct, or the silver to gold ratio will close. So if that happens, that's a byproduct of that. But this is my main reason. I'm protected for this, and for that if that happens. Do you get it? Does that make sense? So before we can say someone is a quote-unquote real stacker or old school stacker, we need to know what stacking is, guys. And I was literally told, and I don't think the person meant it this way, but in the comments it came out that if I was in it for fun, I'm not a stacker. Unless I stack a very simple one type of bullion, I'm not a stacker. Well, let me talk to you guys about stacking in my opinion. So first off, what is stacking? I actually do a lot of research in my real life work. So I did what a researcher does. I actually went and searched out. I searched scholarly reports, I searched the internet, I searched all different types of resources, and I could not find an actual definition for stacking. I even went to Merriam-Webster, and it was giving me stack, and it was talking about stacks and bills of hay, so there's no actual definition. Then I twisted it for bullion, and I went to dictionaries, online dealers, message boards, and I could not find an actual definition for a silver stacker. The only thing I could find from all these resources was that it's about collecting precious metals, which obviously you know, in bullion form, okay? So these are the only two things I could find amongst all the resources that actually agreed on a definition. So what is widely accepted, the different types of stackers, and I'll actually get to that a little bit lower. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, that's where we're at. It's going to make sense in a second. Let me talk to you about what's important when stacking. So first off, the whole reason I did this is to show there's no one definition of stacker. Even people who've been stacking for 50 years or 40 years are quote, old school stackers, which they should get respect. And I respect everyone's opinion on YouTube and in the community. Just because they've done it one way doesn't mean that's the right way. Doesn't mean it's the way that's going to work for everyone else, okay? So to make blanket statements, to me, is like not appropriate in the community. I mean, you can make a blanket statement all you want, but when people come back and give you their opinions, you got to be able to face the music, right? So I'm not going to tell you my way is the way to be a true stacker. And I'm not going to tell you to go and stack only American Silver Eagles and then that makes you a stacker. Okay, so let me go over this a little bit more. So what's important when stacking? One, strategy. So basically one of the things that's said to me is you've got to have a strategy. You can't just willy-nilly stack in. Well, I guess if you're watching my videos and see me unboxing all this different silver, it can look like I have no strategy. But I have a great strategy, guys. And I'm going to go over that in a second here. Two, you got to have an exit plan. Know when to exit, know how to get out, and that's when premiums and type of silver is very important. Three, what types of silver are you stacking? Are you stacking bullion, semi-numismatic, numismatics? Are you stacking poured silver? What are you stacking gold? What the heck are you stacking? But four, and the most important thing for me, guys, is it must be fun, but that doesn't mean it won't be hard and take discipline. You guys, to stack as hard as I've stacked, I'm not rich. I sacrifice a lot. I don't go out. I don't do things. I don't do a lot of the things other people do. I stay in my compound in Saudi Arabia, hang out. My life out here is work, keep my head down, make as much fiat as I can, and I convert that into silver and gold. That's hard work, guys, and my job's not easy, and it's in a dangerous location. Hard work. And it takes discipline not to do that and go out and have fun and do the things everyone else is doing to be able to stack the way I do. But it doesn't mean it can't be fun. You guys, I have seen so many stackers come and go. A channel comes for a year, then disappears, and then before you know it, people are on YouTube selling their whole stack to people because either one, they need the money, which life happens, emergencies happen, I know that, but you really should have an emergency fund of cash to take care of that, unless it's something catastrophic, obviously. And then two, you're just gonna get burnt out. So what happens is one, they get burnt out, and then two, they sell their stack if it's not fun. How do you make it fun? Enjoying what you stack. You guys, when I get a tube of Silver Eagles, I enjoy it. When I get a brand new piece of poured silver, I enjoy it. When I get a piece of a community pour, you guys, I freaking enjoy it. I love silver. I love making these videos, not in a bragging way, but to share with you guys my success and my strategies and how it works for me. And just because it works this way for me doesn't mean it's going to work this way for others. So now let's get to the part that actually has all the meat and potatoes. And I hope you're still with me. So here we go. Can I be a flipper, prepper, collector, and still be a stacker? So you guys, Yankee Silver actually made a video on these 4 different categories. And you could be hardcore one, and you could be a mix of all 4 in my opinion. How does that work? Me, guys, I got into silver to stack it. I'm primarily a stacker. That was my whole goal, to save up for the goals I set up here. Secure my wealth and a hedge against inflation, and the rest is just bonus. So I am primarily a stacker, which helps me prepare and prep. And I also flip. Collector, I'm really not a collector. I could sell any piece of my silver tomorrow and be fine with it if I had to, okay? I'm not collecting. Now, I flip silver to build my primary stack. So what is my main stack? My main stack is a lot of sovereign bullion. So what sovereign means, guys, for those of you who don't know, is that just means it's minted by an actual a state mint or a country mint. It's actually a legit tender. And BU just means brilliant uncirculated, okay? So that's American Silver Eagles, Canadian Maple Leaves, Britannias. Also, too, I stack a lot of 90%, as you see here, which is also known as constitutional silver. Some call it junk silver, although I don't think it is. And I also stack bars and then generic silver. So here's some generic silver. Here's a bar that I got at a great price. Okay, and I'm going to talk about this in a second here. But flip? Should I flip any of these things? So when I'm talking about bars and these things, you guys, I have 2 Johnson Matthey poured bars. Those usually carry a crazy premium. When I bought them, one of them I got for 40 cents over spot, and the other one was even cheaper, okay? I waited until the deals came along to buy them. I don't let my mind dictate what I get. I let the deals dictate what I get. When I jumped on this, I got this for like $2 over spot. It's a classic bar. I can actually flip this, and grow it into more American Silver Eagles, Canadian Maple Leaves. If you guys look at my stack with this type of stuff, I've got like 1,000 ounces. So that's my primary core stack. And then my other plan with generic, guys, is I plan to start pouring soon. And I'm gonna use pouring silver as a way to generate more revenue to stack. So I'm gonna buy a bunch of generic rounds and shot, make my own custom international stacker bars, sell them to the community on the internet, and I'm gonna use the profits from that, because I'm not gonna do it for free. It's gonna be a lot of hard work. I'm gonna use the profits to build my primary stack. Now, what about semi-numismatics, and what about poured silver? Semi-numismatics, guys, all my koalas, all my kookaburras, everything that's a semi-numismatic, I've bought on sale. I've bought at the lowest possible price ever, and a lot of the rolls I actually got using eBay bucks. So it was crazy cheap. What's my plan with these? Flip them. We'll do this for flip. Flip them. That's my plan. What about my poured silver? I buy every single piece of poured silver on sale, and my plan is to flip them. But until I flip these, I'm going to enjoy them. Semi-numies, I don't even really enjoy them. I mean, they're okay to look at, but this is a purely flip for me. Poured silver, I enjoy looking at and seeing the new things, but my plan eventually is to flip all my poured silver. The only items out of my entire stack that I'm probably going to keep is like some of the community pours. That's it. Some silver you guys have made. That's out of respect for you guys. But for the most part, I flip to grow my stack. And as I grow my stack, it automatically protects me for prepping. Does that make sense? So to say, unless you only stack American Silver Eagles and Canadian Maple Leaves, you're not a stacker. Keep your stack simple. I don't agree with keep your stack simple. I respect people's opinion who say that because that works for them, but that doesn't work for me. Why? Because not only am I a stacker, but I'm a flipper. So for flipping, having a very diverse stack works better for me, because I can take pieces and flip them for more money. What do I mean by that? I bought some very cheap Ghana leopards off Scottsdale Silver eBay page, and I so happened to get the mint error, and I bought them for like $17 a piece back when spot was like 16 something, and I flipped them all for $80 plus a piece. One I got $100 for because I ended up with the mint error. I took all that money from that and bought American Silver Eagles. Oh, here they are right here. Do you guys get it? So you don't have to just be a stacker. You don't have to just be a collector, just be a prepper. You don't have to be put in these categories. You could be a multitude of the different things. And what if I'm not a collector, but what if I was? What if I use this to get good deals on a collection and have fun? You know, that to me is totally acceptable. Only buy what's on sale, but I stack what I like. What does that mean? I literally, when I'm buying silver, I am only buying what is on sale, but I stack what I like. So if there's American Silver Eagles and Canadian Maple Leaves at the same price, they're both on sale, I'm going to go with the American Silver Eagles because I like them better. If it's between the Britannias and some 90%, I'll get the Britannias. If it's between 90% and generic, I'll go with 90%. So I'm only buying on sale to maximize my buy, but I'm stacking what I like. And guess what? Using that approach makes it fun. It makes it fun to stack the stuff, get the stuff, unbox it, and show you guys. It makes it interesting. If you don't have fun and it just becomes a hard job that takes discipline and you don't enjoy yourself, you are one, going to burn out, or two, you will sell your stack, which I have seen 1 million times. Another reason you're going to sell your stack too, guys, is if you overextend yourself. So discipline not only means stacking like certain type of things and having a strategy and plan, but it also means stacking within your means. I've seen a lot of people get in over their heads with credit cards and different things trying to stack, and they end up having to sell everything. So don't worry about my stack when you're stacking. Don't worry about silver stackers stack when you're stacking. Don't worry about slow stack or any of these guys and their stacks. Worry about the size, or worry about yourself and in your situation, and stack within your means. As long as you're stacking steady, that's what matters. It doesn't mean if it's an ounce or 1,000 ounces every month. As long as you're stacking steady, that's the key. Now, do you guys hear this? That is actually the call for prayer here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. That is the call for prayer. Anyways, I'm going to continue while that's going on. I'm almost at the end. What does this 1910 mean, guys? When I got into stacking silver, silver was in the 20s. Spot price was in the 20s, okay? This is my average cost per ounce. Now, soon, in the next day or two, I'm going to put out an updated full stack video in the next few days. And you're going to see all my silver on that table, my quote-unquote high premium silver that I got all to sell. My cost per ounce is only $19.10 when I started in the 20s. Another crazy thing, this includes all shipping costs. This includes all coin care costs, so tubes, bags, anything. This includes all of my scales. This includes all of my gloves. This includes my magnifying glass. This includes everything I bought for silver and gold I put into the silver price. So my average cost per ounce is actually lower, but if you want to have it exact, you need to include everything. So this is my average cost per ounce. And my goal while silver price is low is to get this into the 18s and hopefully lower. Now, why do I have mostly silver and not that much gold? I have now, you'll see in the new full stack video, like 2 ounces of gold and over almost 3,200 ounces of silver. Well, originally when I first started this, I was really playing the silver to gold ratio. I don't know what it is today, I haven't looked at it, but like it's probably like 80 or 84 or something to 1. So that means for 84 ounces of silver, it would take to make 1 ounce of gold. So historically it was 10, then it was 16. If you go watch my Silver Stacking University video, I go into this more in depth. But the thought process is that this gap will close. I don't think it's going to return to 16, but even if it went back to 20 to 1 or 40 to 1, then the plan was to shift a bunch of my silver over, acquire the gold on this side, and then I'd actually end up with a lot more gold than if I had just stacked gold to begin with. So I was playing that ratio heavy. And I'm still planning to play this ratio, but now that I've done a decent job on silver, part of me and my emergency management mindset is saying, well, what if this gold to silver ratio never closes? What if it stays manipulated? What if that never happens? So now what I'm starting to do is actually acquire some gold, SG for some gold, to protect myself against that in case that never happens. But I really do believe this is going to close, but still, I'm doing what's called mitigating. I'm mitigating, protecting myself. So you guys, what do you think, and this was definitely a response to someone in the community, but it's not a negative response. I respect your opinion, man. I love your content. And it's like, just realize that everyone has their own opinion, and because you have your opinion doesn't mean it's right. What I just told you guys might not even work for half of you, but this is my strategy and why I stack. But there is no thing anywhere that says you must only stack silver eagles to be a stacker. You must only stack generic to be a stacker. You must only stack constitutional, semi-numismatic, and numismatic. But that brings me to one more point, guys. I stay away from numismatic. I don't stack slab coins. I don't stack anything that's like super numismatic. I might buy one to flip it. Like I bought 2 of the palladium proofs and I flipped those, and guess what I got with the extra money? I bought more American Silver Eagles. But you will not catch me with high premium silver in terms of numismatics. The only reason you would ever see me with a numismatic is because I found it on sale, I got a great deal, and I think I can flip it. I like to make my stack grow itself and work for itself. So not only do I put money or fiat currency into my stack to grow it, but I use other coins and other things I've gotten and acquired to grow my stack as well. That's what I do. That's my strategy, and that has enabled me to stack a lot harder. Shout out to Freedom Fighter. He just commented on one of my videos. Anyways, guys, 18-minute video. We got the call for prayer going on in the background. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your opinions in comments. By no means am I dogging anyone. I respect all your opinions, but to tell me in a comment that I'm not a real stacker because I have fun, or I'm not a real stacker because I'd only stack 2 types of coins, I don't know. That's an opinion I heavily do not agree with, and I think a lot in the community don't agree with. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't stop voicing your opinion. Voice your opinion. But if people have different opinions, doesn't mean you have to get triggered and say they're not real stackers. And making blanket statements about the community. Like literally, there was a comment saying that he was exposing all the fake stacking channels across YouTube. So that tells me that, oh, all the channels are fake, all these people aren't really stackers, and that you have the 100% antidote. Well, guess what? For you, you do have the 100% antidote, but it's not fair to equate that to others. And if you're gonna make statements like that, you're gonna get people responding back like myself. So if you don't like the fire, get out of the kitchen. But again, I digress. This is my strategy. This works for me. I hope it helps some of you. But by no means is this a one-size-fit-all solution. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. International Stacker, Stacker, Stacker.